And everybody done with your account creation?
Yes.
That's great. Yeah. So today we'll start with the OS creation, guys. Okay, how to how to install operating system, how to log in, and the basic commands. Linux is very important, guys. If you are comfortable with Linux, DevOps is nothing. Trust me. Please daily at least 1 hour more concentrate on Linux, irrespective of topic. Later we start AWS, other DevOps tools, right? Even that time also, please try to spend more time on Linux, at least 1 hour per day. Meanwhile, let me log into AWS account. Yeah, okay, let me share my screen now. So, guys, as I told, if anybody not yet created your account, please make sure that you have to create your AWS account without fail. Okay, so that's for sure. And here, this is the home page, guys. Okay, so and as I told, see, it's a service based. There are so many services. So every cloud provider, not only AWS, guys, we have other cloud providers also, like Azure, Google, Oracle, IBM. All these providers giving the services, guys. So out of them, AWS has major share in the market. Okay, so there are different reasons why he has major share means since 2005 is there. That is first reason. The second reason is more number of services when compared to other cloud providers and easy to set up, user friendly. These are the general reason why most of the organizations using AWS. Okay. And as I told, see guys, here this many locations, they have the data centers. You're able to see my screen, right? Everybody, you're able to see my screen, right?
Yes, yes, yes,
Yeah.
we able to see.
Okay. So see, this many locations, they have the data centers. In India, there are two locations they are maintaining the data centers there. Hyderabad and Mumbai. Two locations. So here I choose Mumbai. You can select them, guys. Whichever. Generally, how we select mean it's based on your customer location. Example, I'm building a kind of a government website, India government website. So where should I build it in India only, not somewhere else. Okay, now so it's based on my customer. So example IRCTC, it's an Indian railway. So I should build in India again. If it is US related project, like for US customers, then we have to build in US region. See this, these are the four locations. In US, they have the four locations. So currently I'm in Mumbai. Just click on it. You can switch from one location to another location. Example, see, I'm in North Virginia now. Logically, I'm in North Virginia. Now, whatever I create, like operating system or storage, whatever it is, now it will be created in North Virginia data center. So as I told, I'm selecting Mumbai, but it's according to your customer location. So as a DevOps engineer, it is our responsibility, guys. Once account is created in your project, there we create a business account, not free account. Okay, now we go with business account. So business account, we get AWS support also. If anything, troubleshooting, any issues, they support you. Otherwise, you don't get. In free account, they don't provide any support. Okay, and as I told, now it's in Mumbai. Now the first responsibility as a DevOps engineer, the first responsibility is operating system installations. So yesterday we spoke about SDLC. So example, let's say we have a project. So I want to set up a mobile application or desktop application or a website. So as part of that, I need an operating system, right? So for different functionality, different set of applications I have to install. So your project team, your architect will give the requirement. So I need this many operating systems. With like each operating system, how much resource, CPU, how much, memory, how much, like that. As a DevOps engineer, we get access to our AWS account. Others, there will be different teams, right? Like application team, database team, developer, right? So they don't get access to AWS account, guys. Remember, only AWS team. Sorry, only DevOps team. So we log into account and we choose our respected location. And here, as I told, the service names are important, guys. Okay, now. So whenever you need something, example, I need an operating system. Example, I need a storage. Example, I need a network. Example, I need a gaming application. So you have to choose the respected service. So now my service name is EC2. Guys, EC2 stands for Elastic Cloud Computing. Okay, so Elastic Compute Cloud. EC2 stands for. So with the help of EC2 service only, we can build our operating system. Okay, now let's create it. Instances running. So here in this case, the instance is nothing but an operating system. With respect to EC2, the instance is nothing but operating system. Okay, so now launch instance. So guys, maybe in detail I will explain in AWS class. So later, as I told initially Linux, right? So later we discuss AWS things. So that time I will explain all these in detail. But as of now, just to follow my instructions. What are the steps I am using? Okay, to create an operating system, because few things you don't know, even if I explain now, you cannot understand. Example, let's say this networking part, so the storage part. So what are the different types of storages, how to create network, so firewalls, you don't know right away, right? So later, first let's talk about Linux. That later in AWS class, in detail, I will explain about each and every component. Just okay. So don't worry about that. As of now, just follow my instructions. So you can name your server, and here, obviously, even in our laptop also, to install operating system, so I need an ISO image, right? Bootable image, either in pen drive or maybe in DVD. I'll get the ISO. See, so these Amazon already provided the images. So there are different operating system: Amazon, Mac, Ubuntu, Windows, Red Hat. Okay, here in our class, mainly we go with Amazon Linux. So why Linux, that we'll discuss in today's class. So why not Windows? Any idea, guys? Why we are not choosing Windows in real time? Also, why we are not using Windows, especially for DevOps? Yesterday I told you already. Hmm? Guys, any idea why we are not going with Windows? Why not Windows? Why Linux? Can idea? Anybody has an idea? Huh?
No, no idea.
Okay, no problem. So, guys, actually, Linux is more secure when compared to Windows. So, generally in Windows, it's a graphical screen. Everything is graphically visible, right? And actually, graphical screen, those related packages, those related whatever the components required for the graphical screen, right? It attracts more virus. Remember that. Okay, na in Windows attracts more virus. Those packages which are required for graphical screen, right? Actually, it attracts more virus. But with Linux, it's completely command line. Command line, guys. So no graph. Of course, graphical screen is there, but we don't use it. So first reason. The second reason is open source. Windows is not free of cost. Windows, even home edition, also not free. But Linux is free or very less cost. The second reason. The third reason is more faster. The fourth reason is why we are using Linux, especially for DevOps means. So as I told, DevOps is a kind of automation. We write the code. Generally for automation, we are using it, right? So for automation, Linux command line is more faster, more supported and compared to Windows command line. So these are the reasons why we are using Linux instead of Windows. In Windows also you can set up DevOps, guys. Okay, now it's not like only in Linux. In Windows also you can set up the DevOps, but we don't use it. So here I'm going with Amazon Linux. Again, obviously in Windows also we have different versions. So right, different distributions. In Amazon Linux also we have different. So I'm going with Amazon Linux too. So in our entire class, most of the time we go with Amazon Linux too, guys. Okay, so I'll tell you what is Amazon Linux, what are the other types. We'll discuss in now. One, let me create now. So then after, so guys, here as I told, we are getting 750 hours free. We are using free account, right? AWS free account. So they are providing few things free of cost for promotional purpose. So in that, see, this is free tier eligible. Okay, now so here T2.micro is nothing, but see there are so many types, all are not free, guys. Okay, now generally T2 micro provides see 1 CPU, 1 GB RAM. So for your operating system, now you get 1 GB RAM and 1 CPU. Okay, now and it is free tier. Don't go with other types. Actually, for our practice purpose, this is enough. So, example, if I select the other type, see it's not free tier eligible. Here, how much you're getting? 1 CPU, 2 GB RAM you're getting. It's not free of cost. Okay, now in real time, based on our customer, like based on our application, how much RAM we need, how much CPU you need, we select. That is fine. You can take whatever the hardware you need. Cost doesn't matter that time. Security and performance and high available. These are important. But here are just a practice session, right? So this is enough actually. T2.micro. Remember. Okay. It is only free tier eligible. So every month 750 hours you get free of 3 hours, guys. Only 750 hours. Okay, na. So remember that. Next, generally we use username password, right, to log into any operating system. But there are different methods, guys, especially for Linux. Let me open a notepad. So, username password, username ppk key, public and private key, username without password. These are the different methods, guys, for authentication purpose. Whatever the operating system you are creating now in AWS, we can use these four methods. Any one. Okay, now. So generally, the default method we use is this one for the best practice. Okay, now. So this username and PPK. PPK means private key, guys. So this is the method we use by default. But AWS supports these four methods. Okay, now. So, but for the security reason, we use this method. Let me go with that. So actually already I created, but let me show how to create that private key as I told. Create a new key pair. Give your name, whatever.
I'm sorry.
Hmm.
Hi, Amar. I'm really sorry to interrupt. But are you sharing your screen because it's not visible for me? Just asking.
Yeah, I shared. I'm sharing.
Okay, just.
What about others?
I can see your screen.
You can see, right?
Yeah, I can see you.
Yeah,
Yep.
please rejoin them. Your good name?
Suleiman.
Yeah, Suleiman. Please rejoin once. What about others? Everybody, are you able to see my screen?
Yep,
Great.
I can see it too.
Yeah, if anybody not able to see and not able to hear me anytime, please immediately inform and try to rejoin. So guys, here you can give your own name. What generally we give our project related, that application related names. It's up to you. You can give whatever it is. For it should be easily identified. The naming convention. Generally, in a project, we follow the standards, similar names. Okay, na? So, our project related, our website related, our the functionality related. So, those kind of names we use. Here, just randomly, I'm giving like this. So, select a private key. What is PIM? Actually, we use it for example. If you are using MacBook, anybody using MacBook, guys, instead of Windows? Yeah, as a laptop. Hmm? Guys, if anybody using MacBook instead of Windows, you have to use this one because MacBook is also Linux only, guys. It's a Linux flavor, guys. Mac OS is a Linux flavor. So now I'm creating Linux, right? So both Linux. In that case, you have to go with PEMKey, guys. But my laptop is Windows and I am creating Linux. So I'll go with the private key, PPK key. Anybody using MacBook, guys?
No,
Anybody?
not me.
If anybody using MacBook, don't create with PPK. Don't go with PPK. Go with PEMKey. Because as I told, a Mac OS is also a Linux flavor. So, and I'm creating an operating system Linux. So both Linux, right? So you should go with PEMKey. Remember that. Anytime. If anybody using Linux operating system in your laptop instead of Windows, go with this. As my laptop is Windows, I'm going with this. Keep it. Okay. Yeah, that's it. So I downloaded it. Now you can select that key. Now username already there, guys. EC2-user. That is the default username. By default, only one user will be there. That name is EC2-user. Okay. So for that, this is the key which is downloaded into your laptop just now. See, it got downloaded into my laptop. Now, actually, as I told, this networking part right now, like it's a separate topic. So, with respect to AWS classes, there I can explain in detail what is network, what are the different types of networks, and how to create them. Okay, now, so what are the different components, all that stuff, including the firewalls. So, but as of now, go with the default. Don't touch anything. All these things default. Go with default. We'll discuss in detail later in AWS class. So as of now, that's it. See guys, hardly 1 minute. Within a minute, I'm able to create. Generally, to install an operating system in your laptop, how much time it takes? Guys, generally to install OS, how much time it takes in your laptop? Minimum half an hour to 1 hour it may take, but here see, hardly 1 minute. So within a minute I'm able to create like this n number. It's up to you. You can go with n number of servers. So generally, why I'm calling it as a server, because I'm going to install a web related or mobile application related application here. Okay, now so it will serve the request to the customers. So that's the reason I'm calling it as a server. Server is also operating system only, guys. So now let me show you how to connect to this operating system. Okay, so now guys, everybody, whoever using Windows laptop, okay na, you have to download this application Putty. Because guys, as a DevOps engineer, you logged into account and you created, but everybody other teams, we don't provide AWS access, guys. Account level access we don't provide, only OS level access we give it to them. Okay, now we create users for them, and we create passwords for them for this operating system, so they can log into that OS and they can do their tasks, the respected application, respected technology related. So everybody, you should download this, download Putty, and go with this one, go with the latest one and save it. I already downloaded it. So now, and I installed also. So I'm not downloading again. Okay. So, but you can download it. Then after, just double click on it. I hope you know how to install a application in Windows. Anybody doesn't know that? You want me to show that? Just the next options only. You download it, then double click on it. Then next. Nothing to select. All defaults. Then finish. Got it, guys? Any questions? So Putty is a software or application which should be installed in your laptop. Why? By you? Okay. So it will be like this. Once you install, you get an application like this, guys. So this is the Putty application. And here, every operating system has two IP addresses. Leave it about the private. You should go with public only. So what is the difference? Again, networking concept. So as I told, in AWS, we discuss. But as of now, go with just a public server. And here, so credentials. So we downloaded our key, right? You should remember that. Accept, and the default username is EC2-user. See guys, so this is our command line now. Compulsory Okay, so you should install putty. And guys, whoever using MacBook, okay, now remember that whoever using MacBook, you no need to install this putty session, guys. Okay, so because already Mac OS is a Linux operating system, it is a Linux flavor, guys. Okay, so already terminal will be there. Just open the terminal and you should follow these steps, guys. So in your terminal, you should go to the download folder, commands. Terminal is something like this again, guys. In your MacBook, already terminal will be there. It will be like this, similar. So there you have to run these commands. First command, then this command. This is how you can connect if at all you are using Linux operating system in your laptop instead of Windows. But as I'm using Windows, I downloaded Putty. Via Putty, I logged into my operating system. Now all our team members also they log into our operating system in this way only. But as of now, they don't have user. We will create slowly. So initial classes, what I will do now, I will show you like what are the different distributions we have in Linux. Okay, now and the folder structure, then file creation, folder creation. These stuff we will see in initial today's class. Okay, so let's go. And as I told, why we are using Linux operating system instead of Windows? Yes, why we are using Linux?
It's secure.
So more secure when compared to Windows. Cost also, it is open source, guys. Free of cost or less cost. When Windows is very costly, guys. Even a home edition is a costly. What about a corporate? Enterprise is definitely more costlier. But whereas these Linux flavor little cheaper. Okay, now when compared to Windows, cheaper or less cost or maybe free of cost. Few distributions free of cost, guys. You no need to pay. From internet you can download. Okay, now so these are the reasons generally why Linux is more when compared to Windows, and especially for DevOps, why we are using Linux now for automation. Linux command line is more powerful when compared to Windows power. Okay, and multi-user, guys. At a time, to my operating system, different users can log in. Amar also can log in. Pradeep also can log in. Okay, na. So Samir also can log in. So Salman also can log in at a time to the same operating system. But Windows you cannot. Remember, Windows at a time you cannot log in with different users. It is not possible. One should log out, then only other can log in Windows. But whereas in Linux, at a time, two users can log in. Same. Open one more putty session. You can use your credentials, IP address credentials. You can log in that way. But Windows won't allow you. You try to connect to the same window, it will show the old user only. Once he logged out, then only the new user can log in. So that's the one more problem in Windows. Okay? Yeah. Next. Types of distributions. Guys, there are different distributions available. Amazon Linux, Red Hat. If you see in Windows also we have different distributions, guys. Windows XP, Windows 2000, Windows 2010, Windows 2007, Windows 16. Like that, many are there, right? So same concept here also. Amazon Linux, Red Hat Linux, CentOS, Ubuntu, Kali, Solaris, HP UX, IBM AX. So like this, many distributions, guys. So more than 150 different distributions available in Linux. So out of them, in general, in real time, we use these mostly. Okay, now out of all the Linux distribution, we use these majorly. Why? Because less cost as well as easy, user friendly when compared to the other distributions. Is the reason we use this, especially Ubuntu. Ubuntu, and if it is AWS, Amazon Linux. Okay, now so these four majorly. But guys, if you know one distribution, any one, the others also similar. The basics are same. It doesn't matter. Example, if you take Windows, Windows 10, Windows XP, everywhere same common, same gesture, same like we do double click, left click, right click, same option. But additionally, some additional features, right? So same concept here also. If you know the one distribution, definitely you can manage other distribution. But additionally, some advanced, if you go advanced level, you may feel little difference, but the basics are same. So one distribution if you learn, others same. And one more thing, guys, who owned my this Windows distributions? Who developed Windows? Which vendor? Guys, any idea? Who owned Windows? Microsoft, right? Microsoft is the owner. But here, these are owned by different vendors, not single. Actually, guys, maybe in 1990s, so Unix was the base OS. It was completely free of cost. Even you can modify the kernel programming. Okay, now so different vendors, they taken the base OS, they modified according to their requirement, they release their versions. Even if I know kernel programming, okay, now so I can create my own OS by taking the base OS. I can do modification and I can release my own version, Amar Linux. So basically, that's the reason this many distributions. Okay, na? But majorly in real time, we go with this Amazon Linux, Red Hat Linux, CentOS, Ubuntu. Got it, guys? Any questions as of now? Did you understand what are the distributions we follow, we use?
Yes.
Yeah, next, let's get into our Linux operating system now. Okay, so types of user. Generally, why we need a user, guys? What is the purpose of user password? Why we need a user? For authentication purpose. So to log into our operating system and to do our tasks. Okay, so that's the reason we need a users. So there are two types of users available, guys. Admin user, normal user. So who is admin user? User, root user. Normal user means except root, all are normal users only. We create them later based on our project. Okay, in your project, how many team members you have? You create all of them. All are normal users only, except root. Okay, there is a user called root, ROOT. He is the admin for our app. Every system has one root user, guys. Whom we provide a root access mean Devops admin, system admins. Okay, now. So not for everybody. Example, you have application team, database team, developer, tester. Okay, now we provide root access to every system only for DevOps admin. DevOps admin only get the root access. So because guys, what is the difference between root user, between admin user and normal user? What is the difference mean? Admin can do anything in the system, like install, uninstall, start the application, stop the application, change system settings, create new users, delete users. Okay, anything he can do. Whoever has root access to the system, in the system, they can do anything in the system, guys. They don't have any restrictions. Generally, in office also, we have escalations like escalation matrix, like team lead, manager, director, like that. Right? Everybody has their own powers. Not same. Why like that, guys? Because for accountability. If everybody has a same level, then no accountability, no productivity. Anybody can do anything. Guys, right? Yes or no? Anybody can do anything if everybody has same powers. No accountable. Anybody can install new application. They can change the setting. They can start the application. They can stop the application. They can crash the system. They can create new users. They can provide access to the different users. Right. So there should be some accountability, productivity. That's the reason a user called root. Okay, we provide root access to only admins. In your project, whoever working as an admins, like Devops admin, system admin, for them we provide the root access. How to provide root access? There are two different ways, guys. How to provide root access with password. So if you know the root password, but by default, okay, so we don't use it. Not recommendable. Because if we have root password, we can generate, guys. Actually, there is a command to generate a root password. There is a command, but we don't generate. It's not recommendable because if anybody knows, example, I'm a DevOps admin. I'm using root password, root user, and the password I'm using. So definitely, while I'm using, if anybody, like other team member, if he observe that, he also can use and he can log in and he can do whatever he need. Right. So generally, the password method is not recommendable for root user. In most of the organization, 99% of the organization, we don't use root password. There is one more method called sudo method. We use this method. So for that, we have a file, guys. In your system, we have a file. So later we'll discuss about that. This is the file name. Guys, sudo ers. That is the file name. In that user, add the user. To which user you need a root access, we add that user into this file. So they will get a sudo permission. Sudo is a method to switch to root user or to run the commands as a root user. Sudo ఏం చేస్తుందంటే, so what sudo does, guys, whoever has the sudo access, what he can do, he can switch as a root user. By default, guys, we log in with our users only every time. Okay, na? We log in with EC2 or we log in with Salman, we log in with Samir, so we log in with Muhammad. First, we log in with our own user. Then we switch to the root user. How? As I told, with the sudo method. So let me show you. Currently, so this is the command, guys. Here the commands are important. You should remember the commands, guys. Let me increase the size. Yeah. See, first I logged in as a EC2. Right now I don't have another user. But later we'll create a normal user like Pradeep, Salman, Samir, Muhammad. Okay, now we create them. I'll show that part. So as of now, see, this user already has sudo access, guys. This is the command to switch from normal user to root user. Only guys, this command everybody cannot run. Only who has the sudo access, they can run this command. See, I'm a root user now. Guys, now I'm a root user. I can do anything now in the system. No restrictions at all. Guys, no restrictions at all. I can do anything in the system. Okay, now as I told, installations, uninstall, creation, start the application, delete the user, changing system setting, anything I can do. No restriction, no permissions required. Whoever has root access, they can do anything in the system, guys. No permissions required. Only for system admin we provide the root access. Remember that. For normal user, like other team members, like application team, database team, developer, tester, they can log in, normal user, like their own user, but they cannot switch to root. They cannot run this command because we don't provide sudo access. So with the help of sudo, normal user can switch to root user, or else so they can run the admin related command with root permissions. So whoever has root sudo access, they can switch to root user. Okay, got it, guys? Did you understand? Any questions as of now? Any questions? If you have any questions, please ask me. Next. So next is the folder structure, guys. Okay, so the folder structure we'll discuss.
Sorry, Amar, but I just wanted to ask. I think I missed that part. What is sudo method and why do we use it? You said, can you just give me a brief?
As I told, there are two different users, right? Okay, so in a system,
One is root and one is like
yes. Except root user, all are normal users. Okay, now. So like EC2 user, Pradeep, Samir, we create them actually. Later, example, let's say your good name?
Suleiman.
Okay, Suleiman. So and assume that you are working.
I might forget. So if we create any EC2 instance in the console, so don't you think they are going to charge us?
No, as I told here, it's a free account, right? So we have few like hours free of cost. For promotional purpose, they're giving free only. Okay, no charges. If you cross the hours, you will be charged.
Yeah, one more thing, like if you are using anything like SageMaker in AWS or something like that, are we also going to get charged for those?
Definitely. All are not free of cost. Only few are free of cost. So please, until you are familiar, don't use everything.
Okay.
Only initial classes, just follow us. Okay, and here you can check the billing.
Yeah, I think we can do it. Okay.
Yeah. So make sure that every day check your billing. Okay, it's a monthly bill.
I was thinking of using CloudWatch for that, but okay, I didn't knew this part.
Okay, so make sure that. Okay. So sorry, Suleiman, right? Your good name?
Yes.
Yeah. So assume that Suleiman, you're working for one project. Maybe let's say ICICI project. Okay. So this is the website. So for that website, so you have to set up infrastructure. So as a DevOps admin, only you can do that. Okay. You can log into our AWS account and we create an operating system. So, and generally we have other team members also, right? Application, database, developer, right? Tester, different teams available. So they provide the request to you. Example, application team, they need one server. Okay, so to install some messaging related application, they need one server. So they will raise a ticket to you. So now as a DevOps admin, you log into an AWS account, you create an EC2 instance, and now this is a brand new EC2. Okay, so the default user is EC2 only, no other user. What you do now as a DevOps engineer, it's a brand new, right? You log into this, you with EC2, then you switch to root user. Now you should set up this operating system. Okay, now so where you have to install that particular application, as I told, that messaging related or whatever the technology, and
Okay, so you
have to.
yeah, so you mean to say that the root users are basically DevOps engineers and the others are like front end. We will be giving them access according to their roles. Is that what it
Exactly.
means?
Exactly.
Like developer, he has limit to these
Yes.
access. Okay.
Exactly. So as I told, only whoever has root access, they can install the application. Okay, na. So now, example, I need other users also. Like let's say in your project, you have other team members like Vamshi, okay, Sharaj, Pavan, Mohammed. So these are other team members. Example. Now you have to create users, right? Only root user can do that. Okay, now if you example, let me exit from root user. I'm exiting. So I'm normal user again. See, I cannot run user add command. Basically, user add is to create a new user. See, I'm not able to do it because I'm a normal user. But see, let me switch to root user. User add Amar. See, I'm able to create. So why like that means, as I told, generally DevOps admin will get the root access. We will provide a root access to DevOps admin. So they only can manage the system. The system will be in their handover. If any application, example, you have application team. Once we, as a root user, we install application, we'll hand over to them. Now they will manage the application. But system level, they cannot manage. System level, any changes required, they have to come to us. Again, they will raise a ticket to you. So as a DevOps engineer, now you log in and you do the changes according to the requirement. Tell me.
Yeah, but do you think we have to do it this way? We can get into the console and create groups over there in IAM.
No. Why console every time? We have IP address. Directly from Putty, you can do that, right?
But this is a bit complicated. Don't you think that's a bit easier?
No problem. Actually, we'll get the server names instead of IP address. Later part, I will show you that.
So is this the professional way or doing it through the console is better?
No. Console every time we don't use. Actually, okay. Console is only to create the infrastructure, to create an operating system. Once you create an operating system, every time we go with via Putty only, via like Putty only, command line only. So we should not, console is not a good practice.
Do we have any other options other than Putty or we just have Putty?
We have other applications, those also similar.
What?
Like Moja, Xterm, Mobile Xterm. Okay, so but as of now, Putty is enough. There also Mobile Xterm.
Okay, which one is more comfortable, you said?
This is Putty only.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So and here, as I told, now see, I am a root user. Now I can do anything in this system. Installation, like maybe uninstall, stop, start, creating new user, deleting user. Okay, now. So I will get all the permissions now. But whereas normal user, example, now assume that we have Pawan. So Pawan is a application team. He can log in with Pawan user, but he has some limitations in the system. So he cannot create new users. He cannot delete them. He cannot start the application. He cannot stop the application. So because as I told, for the accountability, if everybody has same permission, same level of access, so they can do anything in the system, right? So they can install the application, they can stop the application. So to avoid this kind of situation, we go with escalation method like this. So root and normal user. Got it now? Any questions? Yeah. Okay. So now let's get into the folder structure. So what are the different folders we have in Linux? Same guys in Windows also. Let me show Windows folders first. First of all, C drive will be there. Under C drive, users folder will be there. So under again we have temp folder, program files, something like this. Yes or no? Have you seen guys Windows? If you say Windows,
Yes.
so generally under C drive, see these are the different folder structure. So every folder has its own purpose, guys. Okay, na? Every folder has its own purpose. So we have to follow that. So same concept here also, we have different folders available. So slash root home etc boot next temp bin sbin lib mnt usr. Okay, so like this. Actually logic is same. Windows and Linux logic is same, just naming convention different. Okay, na? So naming convention is different, but other than that, all are same. So here, how see? Say same here slash folder. It is the main folder in the Linux, guys. The base folder, the primary folder of the Linux slash forward slash. That is the folder name. I hope you know the difference between folder and file. Yes or no? You know the difference, right?
Yes.
Folder. So slash is the main folder in Linux, same as C. Okay. So under that you can see these folders: root folder, home folder, etc folder, boot folder. These are the second level folders. Okay, now so slash is the primary folder, and these are the second level folders, guys. Every folder has its own purpose, guys. Every folder has its own purpose. So you should know them compulsory. Later, as a DevOps, not only DevOps, even an application team, as an application team, you should know that which folder is for which purpose. So let's see. Slash. It's a base folder, a primary folder. Okay. So now, how can I go there? CD generally, guys, Windows. How can I open the folder? To open a folder, what is the command or what is the action? What action you do? You take to open the folder. How do you open the folders? Quick, guys. How to open this folder? What we do to open the folder?
You mean double click?
Double click, right? Here CD command. CD stands for change directory. Okay, instead of double, here no double click, left click, right click, it won't work out. Everything is command. You should know the commands. So in Windows, double click, right? Here CD. See, CD stands for change directory. You can change your directory from one directory to another directory. Means folder, guys. Directory is nothing but folder. Generally in Windows we call it as a folder. Here we call it as a directory. Both are same. Okay. Now, how to check where are you in Windows? In which folder you are in currently? How can I check that? Guys.
On top.
So here it is there, right?
Yeah.
No need to run any command for that. Directly it's visible. Under C, users folder, right? So here pwd command, guys. It shows you where are you. Where are you currently? In which folder you are in?
pwd.
This is a command. Where are you now? Which directory you are in?
User.
Slash folder. Here it is showing. So to check where are you, pwd command. It will show you what is your where are you. And okay, in this folder, what content we have? How to check? Here it is visible directly. Right, under users folder, what are the different folders? So here ls is the command, guys. Ls means list. It shows you the current folder, what files and folders you have. Understood? So this is how it works. The basic commands, guys. Everything is a command. You should know, you should remember the commands. So keep on practice, not just one time. Keep on, number of times. Even if now you understood, please keep on run. Try to run the command. What is happening? How it is working? Try to understand that. Okay. Now, so any questions on these three commands? CD command, pwd, ls. Did you understand? Any questions? Any questions? Please ask me. Okay. Now see, these are the second level folders, guys. The first level is slash. Okay. Now these are second. Every folder has its own purpose. I don't want to talk all of them right away. Slowly you will come to know that. Only just few folders I will explain. So first, root folder. Okay, actually we can call it a slash root because under slash, right, guys, under slash, right? So slash root, slash home. Even Windows also, how you are referring? Like this, cd c users, c temp. So if you see top of the screen, see, example, you are in public. See, users public. Yes or no? See program files. This is how you refer. Here reverse it is. Slash root. Slash home. Instead of backslash, we are using forward slash. That's it. Okay. Slash root. Slash home. Slash etc. We refer like that. Slash boot. Slash tmp. Slash bin. Slash sbin. Slash lib. Slash mnt. Slash usr. Okay. So this is how we refer them. Maybe to go to open the folder or to create any files in that folder. So we refer like this. And every folder has its own purpose, as I told. This is a root user. We have a root user, right? So when you log in as a root user, this is the default folder, guys. Or we can call it as a personal folder or home folder of root user. It's like a root personal folder, guys. When root user logged in, generally in Windows, what is your personal folder? When Amar logged in, example, what is the default folder for in Windows? A folder lo untam manam. In which folder we land in Windows? Desktop folder, right? Do you remember?
Yeah.
The folder, guys. Okay, now see under that users folder under that Amar, under the desktop. That is the default folder. Yes or no? Same. Here, this is the root user default folder, guys. So root user settings. When root user logged in, this is the default. From there, he can go anywhere. Like respected based on his work, he can go anywhere. Windows also same. First desktop. From there, we go to D drive, E drive, whatever work I need, I can do that. I can open other application. Yes or no? Same concept here also. And here, /home. Same as this. Guys, see users. So it is /home. Example, if you go to /home folder, you can see in your system how many users you have, that many folders you can see them. Guys, let me go there. CD. What is the command, guys, to go to /home? Command, please. How can I open /home? CD space /home. How to check where I am in which folder I am in?
CD space dot dot.
No. I want to know which folder I am in currently. PWD. Present working directory. I am in /home. How to check the content of the current folder? Guys, what is there in /home? I want to check that. I want to list them. What is the
LS.
command? LS command. See, I have 2 users, so 2 folders available. So this is the default folder for EC2 user, guys. So then how to refer this third level, guys? Something like this. /home /EC2 user /home /Amar /home /Salma. Like this we refer them. Guys, this is the address of that folder. Okay, if it is a graphical screen, one by one, like this, you're able to see, you can directly just click on it. Okay, but if it is command line, we have to give this path like this. Okay, now, so like this we have to give. It is a command line. So this is what I am doing here. So how to refer them? Like this. /home /EC. What does that mean? First /folder. Under that, home folder is there. And guys, here this is not a folder name. This is a separator. Only this one is a folder. / under that home folder, under that this folder. That is what this meaning. Okay, now let me ask you. Now explain this, guys. Where is test3 folder?
That is in test2. In the test2 is in test1.
In test2. In test2 is there in test1. Example.
Yeah.
Okay, now so this is how we refer. These are not folder names, guys. So this in between you see / right? These are not folder names. Only this is the folder name. In between these are separators. In Windows we use / as a separator between the folders like this. Okay, now but here we use / as a separator in between the folder. Now let me tell you next /etc. Generally in Windows, any application you want to do settings. How can I do that? Guys, in Windows, how can I do any settings? Example, my browser setting I want to change. How can I do that? Hmm? What is your approach? Any settings, Windows settings, your browser setting, notepad settings, putty settings. How do you do that? Here we open in the respective application itself, you have a settings button, right? Similarly, notepad also, right? Here itself you have setting button. Even putty also, just we do right click, right? Here etc folder, guys. In your Linux operating system, any settings, we go to etc folder. Remember that. Any OS settings or application settings. So whenever you install any application, that application related files and folder, the setting file will go to etc folder, guys. Okay, now your application OS settings or application settings. So those related files you can see here. Anytime as a DevOps admin, if you want to do any settings in your operating system, OS level or application level, you should go to this folder. Let me go. This is the command. I want to go to /etc. What is the command?
cd space / etc.
So how to check where I am in which folder I am in?
On to your left, it's basically ls.
PWD. PWD shows you present working directory. Where are you? And how to check the list? The content of the
ls.
folder? ls command. See, these all are your settings. OS related, network related, disk related. Okay, now so system settings, application settings. So different files. You should find out that particular file. Example, let's say you install some kind of website, web application, web related application. That application file will be there, setting file. Any setting you want to do, you should come here. Open that file, modify the file according to the requirement. Who can do that? Generally, settings. Anybody or only root?
Root, I guess.
Only root.
Admin, yeah.
The other user cannot modify the files, guys. I mean, it's especially admin related. Normal user cannot do that. If we try to open the file, it throws an error, permission denied. Maybe he may open, but he cannot edit. Most of the admin related files, system related setting file or application related setting file, only root can modify. Remember. Okay, now only root can check. Most of the admin related basic files, only normal user can open. Basic commands. Admin related commands, normal user cannot run. So for accountability, we made like that. Okay, so now this is about etc. Next, TMP folder /TMP. Same in Windows, we have temp folder. Any idea about that, guys? In Windows, under C drive, we have a temp folder. Any idea what is temp folder? Guys, what is what is temp folder? Any idea? Generally, your system will use that space. Temp folder is used by your operating system to store cache. Example, let's say you browse the history, right? The cache, that all that stuff will be stored in Windows, the temp folder. Same here also TMP works in the same way. Okay, so you should not use this. Temporarily you can use it, but time to time your system will clean that folder. Any important files you should not store here. So like that, guys, we have many folders. Okay, now so later slowly you will come to know all of this. So you should know that whenever you're creating a file or whenever you want to do something, You should know that where that files are available, in which folder the respected file is available, you should know that. So you should know the purpose of each and every folder compulsory. So slowly you will come to know that. Don't worry. It's not a big deal. But as of now, the basic folder like slash root. What is slash root? Guys, what is slash root folder? It's a root personal folder. When root logged in, so that is a default folder. The root settings available there. Okay. So similarly, what is Amar home directory? There's Amar personal directory. Similarly, when Amar logged in, what will be the default directory? Slash home slash Amar. What about Suleiman directory, guys? The default directory for Suleiman?
Slash home slash Suleiman.
Slash home slash Suleiman. That is the default folder. Generally, what will be there in that? Okay, leave it about a system. Generally, in our home, what we do, guys? What we do in our home? So, like personal, I can stay with my family, my belongings. Same concept. The remaining roads, community hall, park, common. Same concept. If you feel like your system has a colony, so you have your own folder. Every user has its own folder. Okay, now. So what is Salman home personal directory, guys? Default directory for Salman slash home slash Salman. Okay, now it is his personal folder. So same as desktop. In Windows, we use desktop, right? Every user has its own desktop. Same concept here also. Okay. So that is how it works. So these are the different folders, few folders. Okay. So now I think this is enough for today. Maybe I don't want to make it within a day multiple things. So it's enough for today. So tomorrow class we'll see how to create files, folders, the full path, absolute path, those stuff and all. We'll discuss in tomorrow class.
All
Okay.
right. Thank you.
Any questions in today's class?
No, can you give me a brief again by tomorrow on sudo?
Definitely. But go through again a recording also one more time.
Sure.
Yeah, it's simple, Suleiman. Let's assume that you have a family. Okay. So generally, who take any like major decisions?
Elders.
Everybody are
Elders or father, I would say.
yes. Generally, father, maybe father-in-law. So they take the major. Why like that? Why not everybody?
Head of the house, because
No, my question is why not everybody? Why only elders should take care?
maybe because they are not that smart.
Again, their maybe experience also. If everybody take decisions, but it may collapse sometimes. May not work, right? Same example. If you feel like your system is a home, okay, admin is like a more experienced person. He know what to do, what not to do. Application team, database team, developer, we give only like a basic permissions, basic level of access. So here the like system admins and DevOps admin, we provide root access, so they can take whatever the action they want to take, they want to do. System changes, OS changes, application changes, installations, configuration. So it's to maintain my system stability, make it in good performance, make it maybe with what, as I told, to maintain the accountability. Only what things should be installed, what things should not be installed. I know that because I'm an experienced person. So if I have a root access, I'll maintain my system very efficiently. Right? If everybody has root access, so if they can do anything, whatever they need, so system may collapse. So maybe some third-party application, which maybe it may contain some kind of bug, vulnerability, some kind of virus. It may impact my system. So here, with the help of sudo access, we provide root access to the only DevOps admin. So they can switch to that particular root user. Then they can perform the actions whatever they want to do. That's simple concept of sudo. Okay. So maybe go through with the recording one more time. But still, if you don't understand, again I'll recall the thing tomorrow. Okay.
Thank you. Okay, sure.
Yeah, but go through with the recording, please. Number of times practice. That is very important. Linux is initially not a user friendly. Number of times you have to repeat. Yeah. So this is enough for today, guys. Then tomorrow we'll discuss again the folder structure, followed by folder creation, file creation. So these basics we'll discuss in tomorrow, followed by user creation and all. Yeah. So tomorrow also same time, guys. So make sure that you reach out to Sushant and provide the feedback without fail. Okay. So 3-4 days you can make it as a demo. Then you have to enroll to continue further. So for more details, Sushant will come back to you. Please reach out to him. Okay. Yeah. Okay then, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You.